Hey, it's W5HRO. Been a little while. I thought I'd do a quick update here on this Yaesu 101B series of videos that I'm doing with all the matching accessories. I did pick up one of these Y100 monitor scopes, station monitor scopes. And mainly too because it's got the 1 and 2 tone generator. That is a key thing you need. I'm actually in the process of writing an article for my website about how people misload stuff when they're driving everything with modern transceivers. And this will come in handy for a demonstration one of these days. But I need, to be able to tune, get the output of the FL-2100B fully linear and get the max, peak to peak power out. You really need one of these because you got to get the loading right on everything. The loading knob is key on a tube amplifier. The setting's critical. So a lot of people don't realize that they tune up for CW, and no, that ain't the right way to do it. Plus, you're not getting full power out on sideband when you do that. So anyway, I just thought I'd just give a quick overview on this. It's this one, I grabbed this one. This one's only like 170 bucks, so I grabbed it. These things are hard to find in good shape, but this one still has the plastic on the front and nothing scratched. So, I mean, it's like, I'm going to peel that off. It's going to look brand new underneath when I wax it. But then this black thing here has no scratches. It still looks like new. And now the cabinet, this thing, see these marks? I've been rubbing my finger and they're coming off. So I just need to go in warm water with some soapy water, wash it all down good, and then put some of that new finished car polish on it, and then buff it real good. And this thing really, that's all I see is some discoloration. It's not really discoloration. I was rubbing in a couple places and it's coming off. So it's just a film. There's some dirt splattered on it here and there. Some swirls that, probably sat out in somebody's shop or garage for like a decade or more. So anyway, I just kind of thought I'd show this off. This one's untouched. The guy had it powered up. It's only got the center, the center beam, and you can move it all over, which is telling me the horizontal. There's like 2 or 3 common problems that happen with these things. One of them is a diode, I believe, that kills the horizontal. Then there's also a resistor in there that normally opens up. And there's usually a couple, 2 or 3 things that's usually the problem with these. If the CRT's good, then you're okay, right? You might have an FET and there's bad. You might have to replace a transistor. It could come to that in some cases. But most of the time, there's like 2 or 3 weak links in this thing, and you just replace those parts and it comes back to life. But I'll do the cap kit on this thing. I'll order one of those cap kits for this guy. They also made a Y101. I'm sorry, a YO. This is a YO100. Did I say Y? And what I mean is YO100. They made a YO101 that's got a few more knobs that does a better job with the trapezoid. I don't know if it's, because this one, to be able to switch from the, just the monitor, your amplitude modulated envelope on sideband or AM, you need it, you need to have the normal mode. And then if you want to see the trapezoid, this one will do it, but you got to reconfigure the cables and everything to make it do it. I think maybe the difference on the YO101 is, no, I'm not positive. It might be that it's got all that built in and all you got to do is switch it. You don't have to change cables, but I'm not positive. But I'm thinking maybe that's what they added to it eventually. But this is the one that came out with for the 101 anyway. And then they eventually came out with the 101 monitor scope later, just to have, I guess it was just a better version with those extra features on it. So anyway, but this thing, it looks like it's all in good shape. Nothing, I'm trying to do this with one hand because I want to turn it around. That's a little bottle of acetone, but it's empty now, so I really don't have to worry about it, but I was still being careful with it. Here's the back side of this thing. And they're supposed to handle 1,000 watts running through them. And then the FL-2100B, if you load everything right with full power, with proper power, and you got the 101 transceiver loaded up into the amp, It's supposed to do like 1200 PEP, but that's okay. They're probably talking more continuous on something like, well, maybe not, but it says it'll handle it'll handle a 2100B, because you could have one of these guys on the output of the 101 and then another one on the output, you know, of the amplifier, or you just put one at the output of the amplifier, because if you put it after the 101, that's not going to tell you what you got coming out of the amp. You could be hitting the rail, you could, you know, you never know what's going on, right? So, but these things are cool, so I picked this guy up, and I've also got the one for the Heathkit Novice series. So that's the quick rundown on this guy, the YO10, I'm sorry, I was going to say YO101. It's the YO100 station monitor scope. So that's all for now. I just kind of wanted to give that update. I've just about got my inverted L. I converted my vertical to the inverted L. I've got the, I found some 1/16 inch stainless steel, you know, stainless steel rope. It's like aircraft control cable stuff, and it's really flexible. And I just connected that to the top. I just made the antenna a little bit shorter. I made it like, I took it from 66 feet down to 58 feet, and I've got the wire strung across on top of the roof, and I'm trying to get this other post on the other end of the house so I can get that other end up all the way. I just have a temporary setup right now. I just got to pull that end over the rest of the way over a little farther. And then I can already tell, my God, my reception here locally has come way up. I can hear the guys on 40 meters during the day now. Before I could barely hear them. So I had great long path, long range stuff, but no short range, you know, short path stuff. So now I should have both. So anyway, here I digress. So let me upload this. I don't even know what part series is this. What part video is this? I lost track. I've already uploaded a few, because the next one I do, I'm going to have them all the pieces lined up here in a row on the bench, and then I'll go over the whole thing and what I plan on doing and what order and everything. And I'll be restoring these things, and I'll be doing videos with each and every piece of this guy. So I'm going to do, a lot of guys have just done, you know, the one, like they do like the 101 transceivers, or they do one of the accessories. I'm going to have this whole thing series of all the accessories put together, at least the accessories that I'm going to have. You know, I really don't, there was one more thing. Well, I really don't need the foam patch speaker, but I don't think there was, there's two meters that I need. I want the 200 watt meter for the transceiver. In between the transceiver and the amp, then I want the 2000 watt meter between the amp and the antenna. So I got to find a couple of those meters eventually in good shape. But that's probably the last thing. And I may buy one of the foam patch speakers just to have it. Nobody uses foam patches anymore, but I may have it just for the setup in the shack and the collection. Just have it sitting there maybe. So that's all for now. 73s.